listen to it. There's gunshots, there's someone screaming, and there's someone yelling, "Oh, you killed them?" The police sent out search parties. They never found anything. But the hunters had that, recorded it, and it's a very cool video because there's clearly someone got killed, but no one knows who.
Birds, dude.
Yeah. So maybe the Bigfoots got mad at each other and they got guns.
Or maybe it's freaking it's those birds, birds can mimic.
Isn't that funny?
They were like, hey, let's fuck with these guys.
The two zoo parrots that they had to separate because they were cussing so much because people were shocked and they thought it was funny. That's the only conclusion they could come to is these birds thought it was funny because they would cuss and people were like, oh.
Andrew Jackson, they had to take his bird out of his memorial because he wouldn't stop fucking cussing.
Hilarious. So I wonder sometimes in the woods when you hear the creepy things, I'm like, crows can mimic and they can mimic all kinds of sounds.
Oh, they can talk
and
crows
they're smart.
Can speak.
Yep. So I'm like, what if they're like, oh, these humans are dumb and we're gonna scare them? You never know.
No, you never know. Dude, I want to bring up AI. Did you see Major League Baseball next year is going to have AI umpires? So they're going to have umpires, but the Hawkeye thing, which is what they use for most sports now, which is AI along with, some robot technology is going to now make calls. So if you can challenge a call, so if a call's really shitty, it's not making every call, but if it's really shitty, you can then call up and go, hey, I think it was bad. And then they go and freaking.
I think I said these. It's a minister, not like a preacher minister, of a country. The minister of finance is now an AI, and the AI was talking to, and they said, "I have no bias. You can't bribe me. No. I don't want anything. It's either going to be in the budget and a valid expense, or it's not." That's interesting. It's a little creepy because now we're putting decisions in the hands of an AI at that level, but. It makes sense. I can't bribe an AI. Hey, do you want this? Do you want that?
A guy last year who didn't win, but he ran in one of these places of 4,000 people. He ran. His platform was, I am going to be the mayor, but I'm going to let AI make every decision.
It's smart because it really does have no bias.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you put a bias in it, but
no, but it's not. I mean, when it's stuff like, hey, you know what? We need to buy this, and we have $40,000 in the bank. We need this, this, and this. This is going to cost us $60,000. You cannot purchase this unless you do this, this, and this, and cut here, here, and here. Okay, well, there you go then.
And the bribes. Oh no, you're not zoned or sanctioned for that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you some money.
Yeah, you need to win re-election. Well, the AI says that you're a bad person.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's smart.
Although, Paul, you and I have talked about this. Look for me. I've got the red tie. Remember that one?
Exactly. At what point does the AI not mess with us? Because it looks like sometimes AI hates humans. So all of a sudden they spent, they go, where did the city's funds go? Underground merry-go-round.
Yeah.
What do you mean building an underground merry-go-round?
Told me it was going to be a big hit. Exactly. That was crazy, dude.
It is crazy. It is crazy.
But the no bribe is one thing. The no lobbying it.
Yeah.
The fear of turning it off would probably kind of get it weird. And then it's going to write your wife for whatever reason.
It's hard to say, yeah.
But there's no doubt, dude, it's coming in the world of medicine. Everything. It's coming big time in the world of my friend. She went to court and she used freaking AI to fight her little case.
Yep.
She had it on, and there were answers no.
And one of the most fun things I've seen is this new, it's a thinking narrative AI basically. And so this guy uploaded a video. He's a bald-headed guy, and he uploaded a video of him just laughing. And so the AI interprets your video and turns it into a story. It turned him into an insane asylum patient escaping from the insane asylum, and I'm like, that's so cool. He kind of looked crazy. So I could see where the AI would interpret it that way and turned it into a story that he was a nut job. And I just thought that was fun because I'm like, that's credible. It doesn't have any qualms about insulting you if it's given certain
kind of you're allowing it to make a story. Say, look, make a story. I don't care if it's a horror movie, a comedy, whatever it is, on my face, and then it goes and does something. I think that's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. And the guy thought it was funny. That's why he posted it. He's like, thinks I'm nuts. I made a story about me
laughing,
taking,
Jim. Maybe you
yeah,
are.
exactly.
Freaking nut.
I think it's in a weird way. I think it can help heal a lot of problems in society if it's not got the thumb on the scale. Because if we now allow a non-biased entity to start helping us figure out, like, where's this going? Not just finances, but everything, even legal matters. Well, what is this interpreted legally? Not this activist interpretation. What does a real legal interpretation of the law and past precedent mean to this? It could be better for society because it's not biased. It would literally go, all right, this is what it means. And I think,
I mean, I think there's some. We don't want to take the humanity out of stuff because we don't. We need to have that because
don't you think humanity's ruined stuff in the last decade?
Oh, dude, humanity's ruined all kinds of shit. Look at us. I mean, we're freaking. We're. Trust me, we're the leaders in the clubhouse here in America for some of this. Did you see Betrayus today?
No.
On stage with the freaking dude who used to run Al Nusra and freaking Al Qaeda, praising him. The guy you fought for 20 years, the guy we kept freaking locked up for all those years.
Well, what did he do that changed or whatever? Why was he being brought out?
He's now the head of Syria. He's now the head of Syria because we've decided Israel's decided we can work with this guy. So they're like, okay, so can we? So that's fine, And Israel's also decided we get part of your land, and he's like, okay, whatever. Thanks for all the weapons and shit. I'm sorry I killed all your soldiers. When I talked to my clients, my military analysts today, he sent me something. He goes, dude, he was so pissed off. He goes, all those years we spent fighting, all those years we spent fighting these people, all those years we spent fighting for what? Right. So fucking, we could just turn everything back over to these people who we were told were evil and bad. And it's why. It's the same thing that Robert O'Neill, the guy that killed bin Laden. I interviewed him right after his book came out, and he said he remembered they were doing the mission, and he's inside a room, and he says this guy goes for his gun, and he shoots this dude, and he thinks to himself, "The fuck am I doing here? Why am I in this position where I'm in this dude's room, far, far away from everybody, for whatever reason?" And I shot this guy, and he said something like, who knows? We could have been pals. We could have met in Paris one day and been friends. But the reasons by people who will never fight these things have put me in a room here to kill this guy and his family. Why?
It's interesting, but the flaw I see in that kind of logic, though, is, dude, I could have just been painting next to Hitler. We could have been sharing some beer and some knotworks together. Why on earth would I be doing this? Well, because a lot of things led up to this. A lot of things led up that made it someone that you should target. But what in a different life?
Yeah,
we could be buddies.
Paul, all based on lies, for the most part.
Bin Laden was funding terrorist stuff. Bin Laden was behind terrorist actions, not necessarily 9/11.
Bin Laden was, but this guy, it's not even just about ISIS, fucking Iraq, Syria. Like, what do we give a shit whether or not fucking Bashar al-Assad was doing anything? He wasn't bugging us.
Well, but ISIS was taking over a giant portion of that and just slaughtering people.
Why were they doing that? Because we left a huge vacuum when we decided to go in and take out fucking Osama bin Laden.
No, remember, they were almost gone during the first Trump administration.
No, but they should never have been there because Bush decided to go in for weapons of mass destruction, and out of the growth of the chaos in Iraq and everywhere else that totally destabilized the region, that cost millions of lives, trillions of dollars. And what do we have?
The Obama years, they allowed them to flourish. There was a documentary back before everybody had to hate things.
None of that shit should have happened because we shouldn't have, outside of going into Afghanistan, we shouldn't have been anywhere else.
Once Trump got in and let the military do what it wanted, the threat was over.
Again, I don't give a shit about Trump.
Neither do I. When Obama was there, the military guy showed.
I'm telling you, who fucking cares? We should never have been in Iraq or anywhere else after we went into Afghanistan. That should have been our thing. Why did we have to spread out and go into all these other nations? We should never have been in any of those.
Our administration allowed it. Instead of curing the problem, they allowed it to fester again for whatever reason, probably because of money. Obama administration, literally, the guy sat in the documentary, which of course has to be hidden now. The military guy said, "See those trucks making money, taking oil? We know that's ISIS. We know it's funding them, but we're not allowed to do anything." Yeah. Because the Obama administration said no. Trump came in, I don't care about Trump, it's still the right thing to do, said, "No, you guys just do what you want. If you want to kill them," all of a sudden, ISIS dried up.
So
Obama allowed them to flourish because it probably was our military contractors made a lot of money
Yeah,
during that
Obama went into Obama bombed the shit out of everything. I mean, Trump has set a new record in Somalia for
but
bombing.
he didn't bomb anything that mattered.
So, well, they also
According to the documentaries of the time.
yeah.
Again, we forget because remember, everything has to be bad Trump. But
No, it's not
in
bad.
the world of reality,
Why are we here's the thing. Fuck Trump, fuck Obama, fuck them all. Why are we there?
because they were evil.
Who fucking cares? Why were we there in the first place? We went because we reacted to Afghanistan. Then once we got our fucking foot over there, just like we did with the Kuwait, and we got our toe in and we fucking tentacles everywhere. And then we go in and then we're like, hey, we got to go in because we know he's got weapons of mass destruction. Saddam Hussein was never going to
should have probably never got involved.
No, that was the whole thing.
But then right now, let the Jews do what they want. These are historically bad people. If the Jews want to bomb them, I don't care. It's the same thing. If Saddam wanted to bomb some of those people around him, I honestly didn't care. It's not bombing us. Saddam can bomb anybody he wants.
Well, here's the thing. I don't want the Jews bombing anybody on my dime.
Saddam was doing it on our dime.
I know. I didn't want anybody. I don't want us fucking dominate. Dude, we funded all sides of Iran and Iraq, so we liked the fact that they were killing each other. Yep. Right? We gave shit tons of money to do what? To fund Hamas. We funded fucking Hamas. We did.
Well, when you really look into it, were we funding an enemy we think we could control?
Does
it mean it backfired? Yeah, maybe. But were we trying to go in there and say, of all the factions, this is the one that we think we have the most control over?
No,
so we're
they were going to have no control. And Bibi, I think, had a bigger plan. He knew they were going to do something. I mean, there's still some serious questions about fucking whether or not, hey, why is nobody here on the freaking fence? There's some serious questions there, but their whole goal was, hey, maybe if we can get them to fight the Palestinian Authority, it'll be great, and they could kill each other. It's this grandiose. That was never going to happen. By the way, that's like the 1,000th time they have tried to freaking get those two to fight. It wasn't happening. So
we did that over and over again. We've always tried to pit people against each other,
and it very rarely does it work.
It doesn't necessarily work. I'm not saying that our intelligence agencies are run by a brain trust. Because you're right, because this is the thing that I don't get anybody saying. If you keep trying something that doesn't work, why on earth would you try to say, we just need to make a two-state solution? It doesn't work. Why do you keep wanting something that doesn't work? Well, we need to do this. Syria should only be run by, it doesn't work. We've seen all these years, it doesn't work. Why do we want to keep doing the exact same thing? Because they're morons. You have to change. If it doesn't work, you have to change. I don't like that change. Oh, well.
Well, no, again, why are we in anywhere? For a nation,
exactly. Let the Jews do whatever they want.
In debt, probably $100 trillion when you count in all the unfunded liabilities, and we are doing what? We're just making sure that the freaking machine is fed. Everybody, all the lobbyists are happy. All the stuff's going on. Why are we in any of these? We shouldn't be anywhere near any of these.
Why are we? I don't care if Russia has drones in Poland. Poland's armed to the teeth.
Yeah.
Why would we get involved?
Because they're part of NATO. So
exactly.
Yeah.
But that's the only reason, by the way.
Yeah. Well, that's the only reason at all. And also you got to remember too, and that's one. It's funny. I was talking to Mike about this the other day. Mike Lyons, the military guy. He said, you've got to also look at the fact that many of these nations in NATO, they backed us with their own men and women fighting the war on terror. So, do we want to, like the whole thought of do we really want to go to war fucking for Estonia? But they're in there. But although Trump said today, he told fucking Zelensky, you know what? Go take your whole fucking land back. Do it.
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
It's their land. If you guys want it, take it.
Yeah.
We're not going to be there.
So, well, no, we're going to fund it because he's pissed at Putin.
Well, yeah. Well, Putin's been an asshole, but everybody knows
everything he was going to be.
I started to say that's no surprise to anybody that Putin's an asshole.
I mean, again, it's don't go to the second story with anybody that Putin's involved with. Don't drink a tea. Don't get around somebody with an umbrella that may freaking hit you.
Yep.
Make sure you wear gloves when you turn the handle on something.
Yep. And the problem is Putin's a nuclear power, which is really all they have. And so they use that big stick to threaten to be able to do what they want. But it's not touching America.
No.
So do what you want, Putin.
That's it. That's what I've
I don't
always
care
said.
if you take the Crimea of
No. And I don't
Ukraine.
care if
I don't
Ukraine kicks
care.
your ass. None of this means anything to
It
me.
doesn't mean anything to us.
As long as it doesn't come here.
Exactly. That's why I don't care if the Jews take Palestine.
Yeah, just like
I
I
know
don't give
that
I don't give
CBS or NBC just got shot up, and a wedding got shot up because of Free Palestine. But,
you
but
know,
those people are Palestine first people, not America first.
no. Well, just
They're
like
Palestine first.
there's the I don't want anybody taking our money and using it to facilitate anything of this. We've got enough shit that we need to fucking pay for. And I'm not both sides of this thing has been a fucking nightmare. You guys do whatever the hell you want. I don't want to pay for it. If this is what you're going to do, you're going to kill a bunch of people. That's fine. If you want to go freaking blow up the dome and fucking have all the Arab nations fucking come after you and then kill you, I don't want you. This is the way I look at Israel. You're that fucking friend that always wants to start a fight every time we go out to a bar. I don't want to fucking pay for your meal and I don't want to fucking fight. Pick your own fucking battles. Pay for your own shit. All right. If you want to hang out once in a while, that's fine. But I'm over.
They can. They can. Russia has a war machine, whether we like it or not. Russia has the ability to prosecute a war because they do have a war machine and a war-footed economy.
Yeah.
They've got. That means it's the best, but they can't. They still have enough.
And they've got enough people. The way he looks at it, you'll run out of bullets before we run out of people.
Exactly. And so it's like, okay, if you want to do it, the Jews have all our weapons, which why not? They bought them. If they want to prosecute people that have historically tried to kill them for the last 60 years.
They've historically tried to kill them too. It's been a freaking 50-50. Israel gives as good as they get. They always, it's funny. I was reading Gideon.
Or they wouldn't exist. If they didn't, they would not even exist.
I was reading Gideon Levi. You should read him. He's really interesting. So he's like, I think he's won a Pulitzer. He's done all these things, but he says, we're the only nation where we could kill you and still be the victim. What was gold in my ear? What she said, her famous saying is, God forgive you guys for making us kill your children.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so, but I just don't want to pay for anything. It's like abortions. You know what? If you want to have, that's your choice. I don't want to pay for it. I don't. I don't want to pay for your abortion.
But isn't money a way, just like China showed, money is a way for America to project power? In other words, we buy our friends.
Yeah, no, we don't. They buy their friends. We give money with strings attached. That's why everybody likes working with China. China's like, here's $50 billion. Build whatever the fuck you want. Take it all for yourself. We don't care. By the way, we're going to come take all this shit out of the ground because we're pals.
But the reason why they did that, you hear that? There was an African guy. He was one of the, like a prime minister or something, and said the reason they took Chinese money, he goes, American money has strings like we have to have like little, no joke, like transgender classes and stuff.
Yeah, like freaking
China
stuff
take money.
Stop raping virgins because you think it's going to cure AIDS. Stop killing albinos.
Which is exactly, well, yeah, exactly.
Dude, every time I see that, I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you people?
But we didn't really have that policy. We had ridiculous policies we're putting in there.
No, they did have some of those policies. Like, what's the thing, the female circumcision.
No, but that's not what we were against. We were against, gender inequality.
All kinds of like DEI bullshit. Like fucking
yeah. And they were like, screw you guys.
Yeah.
That's literally a cult from America that we want to be part of. Yeah. And China was like, do what you want.
Yeah.
Here's some cash. Steal it, embezzle it. We don't care.
We don't care.
Which is what happened. Here's some cash.
Yeah. The problem is China comes in and says, like locusts, we're going to fucking take everything you got. You can't stop us. And if you dare, because we now own you, we may even go and repo your country and bring it back over to us.
Well, yeah, which was Taiwan.
Yeah, it is Taiwan.
Repossession. It's ours now.
Hey, did you see, speaking of China, did you see that that China says we're no longer buying NVIDIAs? We want no more of their chips.
And so which is good. There's a surplus for our kind of people. Now, it was a lower grade AI chip.
Yeah, because it was the second generation, third generation.
Second generation. And it was interesting. And like now there's a bunch of them and they had to do a write-off. So they're selling these, potentially you can buy these chips really cheap. China has proven with a lot of their technology that they don't need some of our fancy stuff to be competitive.
No, they don't.
Which means we don't need it either. So when we're spending $3 trillion on our AI initiatives, do we really need to spend that much money?
No, because it's not about you and I. You know this, dude. Whether it's over in the Middle East or over in Asia or over in Africa, over here, somebody's getting paid.
Somebody's getting paid. Someone's making money that's above and beyond the need of the company to actually achieve its goal.
I mean, it's crazy.
And
The
that's
amount
what I
of
think.
money, when you think about the amount of money, it's not at this point in time, it's just numbers. It's almost not even real. It's almost not even real. Yeah, the people are getting paid and there's money on the ground and people are buying their life and they have their houses, they have all the stuff, but it's just we're moving numbers from point A to point B.
It's like, that was funny because after that, NVIDIA goes, we're going to give $100 billion of compute to OpenAI. Well, you probably have a bunch of chips sitting around.
Yeah, you're giving shit away. It's like freaking, it's like I got a bunch of these chips, these kettle corn, like buy these kettle chips,
Yeah.
and they've got barbecue, and they've got all, and then there's like 20 bags of shit that nobody will ever eat, and I've got it right there, and I'm like, I don't even know what to do with it. I'm gonna take it across the street and give
so
it.
like, I'm going to support you with it, and then it's another write-off. It's
Hey, would
all
you like
money
a whole bunch of
changing
these things that
pockets.
nobody's ever gonna use?
Yeah, exactly. It's just money changing pocket, and it's part of the capitalist society, and it's how NVIDIA is going to be one of the richest companies on earth.
They are, right? Are they the biggest?
They may be the biggest still. I don't know if the Oracle guys, because he's
Yeah,
now the
they're
richest
getting
man on earth. I
he's
don't know
gonna
what
dominate everything.
he's doing. Ellison,
He's richer than Elon now.
and I think he's going to get TikTok. That was the rumor.
Yeah, well, he's gonna buy TikTok. He owns CBS.
Yeah,
which is scary.
well, Ellison, I think, is pretty even though. I don't know if he's like a crazy liberal or a crazy conservative. I think he's just like
they're much more on the conservative side.
Are they? But they're not crazy. I think they're like kind of like in the middle.
They're very pro-Israel too.
Well, Ellison,
they brought in like Bari Weiss. They overpaid for her company, I think, and they brought in for her to be the ombudsman.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So like, and so when they own TikTok, it's going to be the same way. TikTok is, they've already, do you know that person now that monitors TikTok, the lady that monitors it for like pro-Palestine, pro-Israel, she's a former IDF soldier.
Oh, funny.
So it's like, hey, I don't think you should kill 6-year-olds, and especially ones with no arms that you guys have blown off. She's like, fuck, you ate the Jews. And you're like, what?
Exactly. You know what I love though? It's amazing. Somebody did the math. I think I said it, and he's like, according, there was like, say 380,000 children under the age of something were killed in Palestine. And he said in 2023, before this started, there were only 320,000. So he goes, I have to believe not only did they have a giant birth right after the war started, they had a giant birth where they had more births than ever before, but every single child, according to the statistics, was murdered in Palestine. And I have to believe that. How
the numbers, those numbers aren't freaking, like, what are the real numbers?
Exactly. Well, they always say, because it's always funny, like, you're killing children. So there's only children there. So every time a bomb lands, it's always just killing a child. There's nobody else in all of Palestine. That's not what I hear. All I hear is if a bomb lands, it killed like 400,000 children.
Yeah, no, that's not real. I mean,
and the numbers just don't add up. And so I'm like, why do I believe so adamantly that Israel's in the wrong when the numbers don't add up? I can't see into this situation. I have no idea what's really happening.
So under the age of 18, West Bank and Gaza,
it's like 380 or something like that, right?
Children under the age of 18. It is West Bank. This is as of so a year ago. 1.3 million in the West Bank, 1 million in Gaza. Children under 5 and 10. That'd be interesting to see.
That was, I think, that because this guy went through the numbers that was released.
So children under 5 are 340,000.
That was it. Okay,
that's a, well, it's,
and I think they said now the latest numbers. I think it was, he said, I'm pretty sure it was 380, and those were all. So it was 380 children under 5 were murdered by Israel.
No,
that means every single child.
No,
of course it's not true, but that's what the Palestinians are putting out.
Who said that?
It was like the Palestinian Authority or something. It was like 3.
Well, yeah, not that, because remember, the Palestinian Authority is not they're not fighting. They're not fighting. Okay, so as of July, even Gaza said there's only 20,000 that have been killed as of July of 2025. More than 60,000 overall, they say, have been killed, which would be right about, so that would be more realistic. And that's the Hamas people. Now, of course, there's a whole bunch that they can't find, but still. What happened to the building? Gone.
Yeah.
Where are the people? We're not sure. I'm assuming they're in there. Hey, did you feel the earthquake? Oh, you're not in San Francisco.
Was there one? No, I'm not. It's California.
That's such a people always ask me here. It's like, so when you guys had earthquakes, like how bad would it be? And I was like, it really depends. And they're like, why? I said, well, because we have trucks that drive by, and a lot of people go, was that an earthquake? And then you find out it was, like a 4.1. And you're like, oh, okay. I said, you really feel them when everybody's sleeping and it's still.
Well, also, even if it's during the day, my wife's home, we yell, is that an earthquake? Because we're not sure.
Yeah. Turn on channel 7, see if that lesbian lady from Cal Poly's on there.
Exactly. It's like, was that an earthquake? I don't know. And we just keep going. Unless it matters. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Unless
you've got to
feel it really happened.
And they always had, like, I always tell everybody, they're like, what's one scarier? I said, so the shallow ones will shake and it's loud, but it's the freaking deep ones that roll.
The rolling ones are scary.
Those are the ones that do the damage.
Because you're literally going, and you're like, is this going to stop?
Yeah, I know.
And you can feel that.
Your equilibrium gets off. You're like, whoa.
Exactly. Those are scary, but they're the ones that last the longest too, usually.
Yeah.
But again, usually you're just whatever. Just keep watching TV or doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah, you really have to. I've like you guys said. I said California. The beauty of it is it's built for these things. That's the one thing. Everything's
when nothing really ever happens.
Yeah, outside of North America, I mean, North America was totally different. But outside of that, when's the last time we had anything that really hurt anybody or anything? You're just like, because you'll hear other countries like we had a 5.1 and the entire country fell apart.
Exactly. Well, what was it? Not too long ago, the one where that big skyscraper had workers in it.
Oh yeah,
and it just all fell. I think they're all dead, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, the Jews probably bombed it.
First of all, I'm going to say this: I don't think OSHA had approved it.
Yeah, sometimes I'm wondering, like, I don't know if I want to go to that country in that skyscraper.
Yeah,
because I'm sure they're using like bamboo and duct tape.
Yeah, it's like I don't think this is real concrete. The way
there's a real thing in South Korea, of course, where somebody did and they got put in jail because there's an earthquake happened and they built a mall and they skipped on the construction expenses and it was very flimsy. So when the earthquake hit, it killed a ton of people.
Yeah, well, it's like when you look at Japan. I mean, the destruction that came from Japan had nothing to do with the earthquake. It had all to do with the tsunami.
Yeah.
Coming, it's like no matter how good you build your building, it can withstand the shaking. It can't withstand the giant waves. And it also, the whole thing with the nuclear.
Or the giant lizards or the Mothras or any of that. They just can't put up with that.
What movie have you seen lately?
Downton Abbey, which is amazing.
That's what I tell people. I'm like, you guys have no idea. Paul's
you have no idea.
It's all about dinner. It's freaking fantastic.
I love my wife's like, I'm bored. And I'm like, bored? This was riveting. Lady Mary got a divorce. Oh
shit.
Goodness.
Like in those days, that's not even, you can't
actually, it's funny. In those days, it really was a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, that was huge. Like nobody was ever touching you again.
Exactly. You were a pariah. They couldn't be
Why
seen.
Why did she get a divorce?
Her husband was apparently, gallivanting around.
Well, who cares? It's that age. It's that
you know what? Honestly, it's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
But back then they used to even say married even if they weren't married. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'd be like, Lord, I'm still married to, Lady Deccanshire, even though we live in two different castles. Which is very funny. Which, speaking of which, today I was talking to a partner in London, and there is a nunnery for sale. Which, if we sold our home in California, we could actually live in a nunnery, which is amazing. Giant, has a chapel and stables and the whole thing.
This is what I'm going to tell you, Paul. Having lived over in Europe on and off for a decade, everybody's like, you can buy a castle dirt cheap. Here's the thing. Usually they kind of fall apart. Secondly, there's no modern amenities inside of there. So when it's 12 degrees below zero outside, it's 20 degrees below zero indoors.
That's what they say. The problem is that's the expense.
Yes.
You got to put,
plumbing
a lot of times in. You got to put in.
Bringing the alligators in. You got to heat the water because you got your moat, right? You don't want them.
Exactly. You got to feed a dragon. How hard is that? Because that's, in your moat. But my thing is, it's a nunnery. I don't know how many rooms it had. Like 30? You could just choose a room to poop in. You don't need indoor plumbing. You just sit down the hall with the open windows. Just go there.
What fucking weirdo are you?
Or the stables. Just, just go into the stables. We don't need indoor plumbing.
Down the hall. Just stick your ass out the window and go. Here's the shitting stick. You sit on that. Pretty cool.
Like in the old castles. Castles used to have those things where it looked like there were little outcroppings where they would poop and it would just fall down.
You know that back in the day, it used to be a very social thing.
Yeah.
Which is, you guys need to get new social skills. Later on in life, we're going to not do this.
Exactly. Right? So now that we know the biggest reason why we want a castle.
I want to bring socialized shitting back to each other.
Exactly.
Oh my
because
God.
we're bringing that's togetherness. Imagine Gen Z that can't even look at each other, make eye contact, having to poop together. That would be the best.
Well, they could do that. Why? Because they're all looking at the freaking phones. They wouldn't even know each other's.
They wouldn't even know. They wouldn't even. I just saw a video. I watched too many videos lately, but I just saw a video of a 21-year-old girl that was being kicked out of her trailer because since she graduated high school, she won't get a job, she won't leave the house, she won't do anything. She doesn't make any money, she doesn't help, and the mom was finally fed up with it. And she's crying because of what a victim she is, having to be, kicked out of the house after 4 years of doing nothing. I can't imagine just sitting around for 4 years doing nothing.
No.
But you know what I mean? Like, I was thinking to myself, how is that a life?
No. Well, you and I, we old tech, like, I'm going to go eat some food here in like 15, 20 minutes. I'll go to bed probably in an hour and a half. I'll be up in 3 hours. You and I will be texting. It'll be 1:30 in the morning here. It'll be 11:30 there. And we're still working.
And I've got this weird now medieval sleep schedule now. I'll go to sleep for a few hours. I'll wake up. I'll check my emails and do some basic stuff. Then I'll go back to bed and wake up.
You're doing polyphasic.
Yeah, which is very bizarre.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but apparently they used to do that in the medieval times.
Yeah. Well,
and then people would get up, do things, and they go back to bed.
You know who does that? Ronaldo, the soccer star. I think he's polyphasic.
Oh.
So I will get up I'll get up at, like between 1:30 and 2:30, depending. I'll go to work. I'll do my stuff. Go and won't have a lie down, do all my stuff, go to work do my other show locally. The minute I get home from 3 till 4:30 or 5, I'll take a nap. And then I'm up and then I'm ready to go to bed at 9:30 or 10 and then back up again. It's these are my 5 hours. I'm going to get them in. This is the way.
I think I like it more.
I do too.
I feel more productive. I feel more rested in a weird way.
Yeah.
Like people are like, that's weird.
The shorter that I sleep, as far as like, okay, I'm going to sleep for 2 hours. I know those 2 hours are going to be great. And one of the things I was reading about the other day, the why it's easier to nap, especially after like work, is because your day in theory is done. So you're not worried about anything, as opposed when you go to bed at night and you start thinking, okay, I got to do this tomorrow. I got to do this. And your mind's always freaking going. There's that like respite for a couple hours where you can get away from that.
And the second shift seems to be deeper because that's when I dream. And that's when I have my crazy dreams. Last night I had a dream. I had to carry puppies around. It was a bizarre dream, but I love this stuff. I literally have these bizarre dreams on that second shift, and they're literally like you sent me this stuff where it now visualizes dreams. AI, you can hook it up and it'll give you like a image of what you were dreaming. Oh, have you seen that? Oh, maybe. Okay, this is bizarre. It's like a little TV screen that you hook up to your brain. Not with a needle or anything. You hook it up with your brain. It interprets your brain pattern.
Know everything.
I don't think people should know what they dream. Dreams are stupid.
Well, not only that, because if you're trying to figure out what you're dreaming, are you also trying to figure out the interpretation of the dreams? I'm trying to interpret my dreams. Now, you know what? I had weird dreams, whatever it was bizarre. I'm moving on with it. And that's, and I don't know if I need to see what's in my dreams because those are also kind of an odd thing.
Dude, dreams are completely nuts, and you jump around a lot and you do weird things, and it's just like they're bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm like, but it was another example of how AI is letting us become more self-centered. I need to record my dreams of all things.
Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need a selfie in my dreams.
Yeah, exactly. I selfie my dreams. I can just see literally people are going to start doing that and putting it on social media.
Oh, they are so going to do that. It's going to be like their ultrasounds.
Yep.
Yeah. This is me in a dream. Oh, good. I didn't know if I needed.
This is my dream. Yeah, my dream was absolutely nonsensical, but I need to share it with the world.
God, that's so crazy.
Which is just the nut job stuff.
AI, slow down. All right, we don't need everything. Just because you think it's neat, or somebody thinks, hey, it would be great to do this. Oh yeah, we could totally. No, we don't need that. Sometimes you need to step back and go, you know what? You don't need that.
Well, the robotics are getting creepy too. I don't know if you saw this one. They showed how nimble they're getting. Yeah. Where this guy goes and kicks the robot, it falls in this bag. And you know how people could do where they can jump back up on their feet? They don't get up normal like a human. They literally are so acrobatic, they can just jump up and be back on their feet. The robots can do that now.
Oh, good. Now we're teaching them Kung Fu.
like, that's terrifying. Like, oh, he's down. Oh, for 2 seconds. He's right back up. It takes me like, a crane in an hour to get back up from a completely.
Like, I live down here now, so if you guys want any conversation, you better come down to my spot.
I'm just gonna roll till I find an edge.
Oh Lord,
That's how I stand up.
I didn't know. So, where are you going tonight? You going to Universal Studios?
Universal City Walk for a company thing, and there's a thing called what is it? It's Mr. Something's Chocolate Emporium. And of course, because I'm 12, that's where I want to go. And
is it a restaurant?
Yeah, it's a restaurant at Universal Studios. It's kind of designed like a Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, and they sell all kinds of chocolates. And it's a restaurant though, so you can go and you can have actual restaurantic food. But I just thought that was funny. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's where I want to go. That's my vote.
Okay, here it is. It's Chocolate Emporium. I'm going to get it for you. It's the Toothsome Chocolate Emporium and Savory Feast Kitchen.
Yes, Savory Feast Kitchen, and it's basically, you would love it too. It's burgers and milkshakes and chocolate. It's eating like you're 5. The other people suggested like adult places to go to eat.
Fucking,
that sounds boring.
Dude, do you see the way they dress too?
Do they dress like Willy Wonkers?
No, it's very steampunk.
Oh, see. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. I want to get steampunk chocolate.
Like oh, yeah. You got to go there. Let's see here. That looks like fun, dude. I would go there.
Yeah. Man, isn't that good?
That is so cool. And it's very steampunk looking as well.
Yeah.
People watching this. What the hell are you guys talking about? Like stuff. Right? We already talked about politics. We already yelled about Jimmy Kimmel. We already fought about Israel and Palestine. We already talked about it. Wars are stupid. And this is all of that stuff. Now this is real shit. This is like the savory tooth stuff. Whoa.
Exactly. We're like, okay, look at this.
The menu.
I was saying, like, they have alcoholic beverages, so you can be a bit of an adult.
All right, look at this. Oh, dude, they got real food. They got BLTs. They got pasta. They got burgers, meatloaf.
They got everything you want.
Where you end up going, though? Where are they going to take you?
I don't know. I told them we'll meet there, and then we can walk around, and if they want to choose something more adultish, they can.
Stupid. Tell them no. Just stand there.
Exactly. I'm just...
You guys try to move me. Let's do that. You guys want to try to move me? That's what I thought. We're eating here.
All right, I'm sitting down, and that's the end of this.
I'm tired. It's like 12 pounds of chocolate.
Exactly. I want to go there, and those big novelty chocolate bars? I want to come out with one of those. They're like a foot by a foot.
Yeah, you get those at that's why you like to go to
I call those single serving.
Cracker Barrel.
Oh, do they have the Cracker Barrel?
Oh yeah, man. Doing the before they went wacky, although they've changed they're trying to change everything back. I used to laugh because you go in there and it's like, did you guys not know your customer? All right, this guy's got a Vietnam vet hat on. He's wearing a flannel. He's got suspenders and a belt. He wants pancakes, ma'am. That's what he wants. All right. He doesn't want anything else. And then he wants to go from here and buy a t-shirt and a 16-foot chocolate bar that he can put in his daughter's stocking.
And what's the best is he's the kind of guy that doesn't just get pancakes. He gets the pancakes that just covered in syrup.
Oh yeah.
Well, people that's like
along with that. Well, he's washing that down with his chicken fried steak.
Chicken fried steak and a Mountain Dew.
Yeah. And he's type 8 diabetes.
Exactly. And he's got that insulin pump.
Mm-hmm. All the time. He's got two of them.
Yeah.
Working overtime.
Overtime. Some people have those oxygen tanks on their back. That's an insulin tank. He's constantly pumping.
He's got somebody else's spleen and kidneys next to him. Walking around.
Tank.
Oh my Lord. Well, go do your stuff. I'm gonna go eat some dinner and get ready for tomorrow's radio program. And then we'll hook it up again tomorrow.
That sounds good. Let's
peace out, baby.